ezinye ii-corners. Njengoba ndithetha ke ngicela usisinozuko eze ngaphambili. Andithandwa ncam ngezuku kwezinye iikona. Put your hands together for unozuko. Ukuba nozuko uyayigqitha le 8 minutes ndikunika yona uzobona ngam ndiphakama and you don't like that. Okugqibela ke bethuna masimnikeni izandla unozuko ezezawusichazela ukuba i-NYDA yenza ntoni.
Thank you, program directors. On top of the pressure that I already have, she just gave me more pressure. I'd like to take this opportunity to extend my greetings to the Honorable, His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa, and observe all protocol. My name is Nozuko Choba. I am the founding director of Zizukini. Zizukini is a manufacturing company which focuses on the production of cleaning chemicals. Our customers come to us for quality products and services, and we make cleaning easy and effortless so that people can enjoy their time playing with their kids and also enjoy a clean working environment. NYDA came into my life right at rock bottom. I began my company in 2018, and I was working out of my mother's garage. So when I went to NYDA, when the branch opened in OR Tambo, I was then linked to Kerman, where I attended a training for chemical manufacturing. That was a breakthrough for me. It didn't just end there. NYDA then funded me, and when the president announced the lockdown, just a week before I received my funding, I was ready and I said, I'm going to take this because I am an essential services. So I took the opportunity. We were right on the stands selling hand sanitizer, antibacterial hand soap, making sure that the essential services are being brought forward to the workers. If I can just paint a more vivid picture for you of my journey. There were times where I would literally be crying and not even have 10 rands to take a taxi. I would be walking in the rain, crying, trying to catch a hike to go to East London for a training, and it would be raining and I'm soaking and cars are just passing me. And inside me, I had a big smile and I said, one day I'm going to be something and I'm going to make sure I persevere. The journey cannot be walked alone, and I appreciate the support. I am an embodiment of the work that the government is doing and is advocating. When I say that, I mean it takes a village to raise a child, because I have been assisted by not only the NYDA, but CEDA, Kemen, ECDC, DTIC with partnership with Productivity SA. And I cannot forget my loving mother who has always supported me from the word go. And also, to my amazing staff that is so committed and dedicated, I cannot do this work without them. They are the A-team, I call them. And also, to the young people, I'd also like to encourage you and tell you that it doesn't matter how many rejections you get, how many doors you knock and you get rejected. It takes just one yes for things to turn around. Your dreams today, I wish that they may be ignited and that you may stand again with a fresh hope that things are going to get better. To our leaders, I am fully confident that by working together with us, we can achieve more. And we are embracing the new opportunities that you're bringing forth to us. And we have the hope that we can work together and be able to better things, to be more efficient in terms of service delivery and bringing services to the youth, as we are facing, of course, social economic issues that make it difficult for us to succeed. But with that said, I'd like to take this opportunity and tell you again, my name is Nozuko Choba, and I am passionate about what I do. Thank you.
Ninomona lento ningaqhwabiyo. Hayi ngicela nimqhwabeleni izandla uNozuko. I'm sure nawe kule ndawo uhleli kuyo uyacinga ba ngenye imini nami ndawuze ndithi to my staff, nimvile mosinozuko akanayo le yami English ye youth endala, to my staff who I call the A team. Uyayiva? So bantu abatsha, these are young people from your villages that are coming here to inspire you. Get inspired and do something. Up next, because asixilanga kubantu abanamabhizinisi kuphela, sine opportunities singurhulumente. If you want to go into business, you can go into business, you'll get the support. But if ufuna uphangela, you can get support as well. So from the Youth Employment Service, we have got Miss Nasipi Mganga. Ndicela uNasipi eze ngaphambili. Put your hands together as Nasipi is going to be sharing a beautiful journey with us today.
First of all, it's Nasipi Mgangana. Okay, greetings to President Cyril Ramaphosa. Sorry, sir. Sorry. Hello? Okay. Sorry, for you is Nasipi Mgangana. Okay, sorry. Is that okay? Okay. Standing before you is Nasipi Mgangana, a 23-year-old from a small village all the way from Herschel. Nasipi Mgangana is a graduate from the University of Fort Hare in the Communications Department. Currently, I'm pursuing my honors degree. I am a young, proud beneficiary of the Youth Employment Services and an intern at the Youth Health Africa, placed at the KF Resource Center, which is based in my village. KF is an organization that aims to fight poverty in the community. It does so by giving back to the community, starting from distributing food parcels to distributing sanitary pads. The fresh veggies for the food parcels are vegetables from our gardens, which my fellow interns plant. Sorry about that. Anything that would come before me, even if it meant working in the garden. Since I've joined the program, I've developed more skills. I've learned more about the work environment. I've learned more about working with people. The stipend has been to good use, I could say. The stipend helped me to clear my debt in order to get my degree certificate. It prepared for my graduations, helped me enroll for my honors, and also helped me out with some black tax, which is giving back to the rent and helping out at home. Currently, I'm saving up for my learners and my driver's license. The intern position made things possible for me and I would like to thank my sponsor, the YES, which is Youth Employment Services and Youth Health Africa, for the opportunity. Lastly, on this Youth Day, my message to young people like me would be like a pumpkin seed. Grow wherever you are thrown. And we live in a world where being choosy is not an option. So we use what we have to get what we want. Phakamani lucha. I thank you all.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nasipi. I'm not sure nobe bevakala kahle na ke uNasipi. But please put your hands together for uNasipi once more. Thank you very much. Moving along, Sinaye. All right here. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, he is here. He is Sibusiso Ngwenya, the young entrepreneur. Kuthiwa ke abantu abangosomabhizinisi abathatha ixesha. Cela kusanitize. They strike the road while it is still hot. Khange besambiza nombiza weza.
Molweni Mthatha. Ninjani? Molweni kumongameli wethu. Molweni a beautiful molweni to our ministers rather. Please bear with me. I will get there. Igama lami uSibusiso Ngwenya. I'm a Forbes 30 under 30 recipient, Melon Guardian 200 applicant, and founder of a 10-year-old sock business called Skinny Spoo Socks. In April this year, we partnered with the iconic Grammy Awards in Las Vegas, USA, as the official sock partner for the Grammys 2022. I'm a young person that grew up in a 3-room shack. I'm a young person that grew up in a raised by a single mother and 8 grandmother. I'm a young person that believes that we have limitless opportunities in Mzansi. The opportunities may require hard work. The opportunities may require resilience and patience, which I have displayed over the past decade of building the biggest sock brand in the globe. Even the president owns my socks. I am a young person okholelwa entweni yokuthi mele sivuke sigeze sibangene with whatever limited resources we have, just like the youth of 1976 who only and dustbin leads to fight the brutal and evil man. 3 days before the June 16, 1976 Soweto uprising, the young people of the time took it upon themselves to change the trajectory of their own future without the involvement of their parents. It is with the same spirit that I stand here today, 46 years later, ozosipha amathuba omsebenzi. Sithi abhoza. Sisithi abelungu. We are the ones who are going to come up with solutions for our solutions. Our only expectations from our parents or from our leadership is access to funding and an environment that allows local business to thrive. Now, as I come to a close, Mr. President and our honorable ministers, I want to draw your attention to this. America has Ford and Jeep. Europe has BMW and Mercedes. Japan has Toyota and Mazda. China has Aval and Fortin. Korea has Hyundai and Kia. Even India has Mahindra and Tata. In the first quarter of this year, 50,607 cars were sold in South Africa. That is 4.6% of which is 2,327 cars were bought by the state. South Africans buy on average 350,000 cars each year. We export around 270,000 cars to 150 destinations across the globe. The value of our automotive industry is around 138 billion and contributes 4.3% to the country's GDP. Yet, we do not have our own car brand as a country and as a continent. Yes, we assemble and distribute foreign brands locally, but we do not own our own car. But I'm not going to worry you, Mr. President. I am a young man who has solutions that are relevant to young people of 2022, and solutions that are going to create job opportunities. Ladies at the corner, you can pull through. Manene na manene gazi. I am proud to present to you the first ever South African car brand. It is called Skinny Smooth Supercars. It is the only car brand by South Africans for South Africans and the world. Paramisa. It is the only car brand for South Africans by South Africans. We intend to have our first 1,000 cars on the South African roads by 2024. Skinny Smooth Supercars will create jobs for 650 young people, women, and people living with disability. We therefore request you, Mr. President, our honorable ministers and different government departments to partner with us in making history as we create the first ever South African car brand. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Smooth. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together again for Smooth. Smooth may be skinny, right? Yes, Smooth. Yes, Mthatha. Smooth may be skinny, but his ideas are damn big. Go sit down, boy. You are great. Put your hands together again for Smooth. We are moving along. When ubucinga into yobana izinto are not possible, even the word itself says, I am possible. Sine levels, most levels. Besiqale sacela beneficiary ye-NYDA. Ngoku we are about to call the leadership of the NYDA, Miss Asanda Luwaca, who is going to share with us ukubanga bana NYDA, what are the opportunities they're giving. Ay, yabona ngoku, ay amantombazane abhokile.
Uzoyithola kanjani? Uhlele khoneni? Phambili ngabantu abatsha phambili. Phambili ngabantu abatsha phambili. Mphathi Nkqubo, Mongameli waseMzantsi Afrika, His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa, all ministers and deputy ministers present, acting Premier in the Eastern Cape Province, MECs present, members of Parliament, Executive Deputy Chairperson of the NYDA Board, my fellow board members, abafundisi abakhoyo, leaders of various youth formations, distinguished guests, media, friends and compatriots, but most importantly, fellow young people of South Africa. Please receive my revolutionary greetings on behalf of the NYDA on this profoundly important day, the 46th anniversary of June 16. Now, one of the most striking features of the African polity in pre-liberation struggle was the ability of young people to radically reshape the methods of struggle against oppressive regimes. A commonality with the liberation movement is the important as well as the historic role that young people played, both in the process of political and economic transformation under the liberation movement, as well as the processes that followed after political power was seized. Now, today is profoundly important because it is a moment to reflect, a moment to honor, as well as a moment to celebrate the struggles waged by generation struggle to defeat the colonial and apartheid rule in our country, ushering in our democratic dispensation. We, the youth of 2022, are waging a relentless battle to defeat youth unemployment, poverty, and inequality. Youth landlessness, youth lack of quality education and skills, youth unsafety, especially from gender-based violence and femicide, and all other crimes. The current challenges of the day require our generation to rise to the occasion and make it our generational mission to achieve socio-economic freedom in our lifetime. Thus, we give concrete expression to our theme, promoting sustainable livelihoods and resilience of young people for a better tomorrow. His Excellency, the statistics released by StatsSA present a picture of hope on the path and by and large marginalized. Whilst the National Youth Development Agency has contributed towards closing the socio-economic gap amongst young people across all provinces, there remains more to be done. The agency alone cannot address the multiple of challenges that are confronting young people in this country. And therefore, we recognize the importance of private sector, of government, as well as civic society towards the empowerment and the development of youth. We ought to ensure that no young person gets left behind. Program Director, allow me to take this opportunity to salute those amongst youth who are playing an important and critical role in the different sectors of society, contributing to the progressive transformation of our country and society at large. Today, we are joined by a few of our Trailblazer campaign winners. Now, these young individuals have been doing extraordinary work against the backdrop of unemployment, poverty, inequality, crime and climate change, and most recently, the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic. We are also joined by young women from across some of our provinces. We've got Naledi Ndamase, Batusile Mafumana, Olwetu Pudumo, Spokazi Keswa, Daphne Matebese, Precious Zulu, Onele Shipili, and Anuvuyani Pepeza. These young women have been doing phenomenal work in their respective sectors. It therefore follows that the empowerment of women constitutes the empowerment of our entire community. It is therefore incumbent and quite crucial that government creates an inclusive, a conducive, as well as an enabling environment for young people to participate meaningfully in the mainstream economy. The NYDA believes that this can be achieved through youth mainstreaming, which can be best understood as a strategic tool for young people for the development across all stratas of society. Now, Program Director, this requires that all government departments, societies, to work with the NYDA hand in hand in closing the gaps of inequality, poverty, and unemployment. Fellow young people of South Africa, we must dare not allow the rivers of blood shed on the streets of this country 46 years ago to have been in vain. We have to be the generation which unites on a common purpose of defeating the above-mentioned challenges of the day and place society on the uninterrupted path of accelerating the building of a better life for all, thus realizing the freedom Solomon Mahlangu declared his blood would nourish. We are the great-grandchildren of Sarah Baartman, the grandchildren of Nelson Mandela, the children of Lillian Ngoyi, and the young lions of Peter Mokaba. Daily activities as the National Youth Development Agency in coordination and leading youth development across the country. His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa, we assure you that in the NYDA, the youth of South Africa have a reliable and dependable ally and leader to champion as well as advocate for our generational interests. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Asanda, particularly for the confirmation that NYDA is a dependable ally. Yeah, it's about because when Andithat by every speaker from the podium, they go stand in front of the president, eyeball to eyeball. That's an once in a lifetime opportunity. Babendi trailblazer ngokunam Minister Mashaban benizawuke another trailblazer imbokodo ngokwayo, a minister in the office of the president or responsible for abantu abatsha, abantu abangomama kwabanye nabantu abane-disability. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Minister Maite Nkwane Mashaban.
Malibongwe, Malibongwe. All of us, Your Excellency, Mr. President, in this room you can hear me. You can now. We are born of mothers. We are the products of mothers, but also fathers, because mother can't create a child without the father. So this partnership must continue. Mr. President, respecting protocol and the time, may I take this opportunity to thank Mthatha and Mayor Nkomye, but also all the dignitaries in the room, in particular your good self, Mr. President, for giving us, in particular, the opportunity with Minister Nzimande, I can't see him in the room. Where is he? To say, this June 16, you want to see it different. It must focus on 4IR, so that these young people, in particular, led by Asanda Luanda, the chairperson of the NYDA, must showcase what they are doing. We've been hearing the stories. I felt so proud, Minister Stella Ndabeni, to hear that the revolution of St. John, you were part of it. We moved from there, we came here, we never had a single word of a complaint of saying this government is not doing anything for us. We hear praises of men and women, heroes and heroines, Minister Mthatha, who brought us freedom only 28 years ago. 46 years ago, blood was shed. 28 years ago, Mandela walked us into this freedom that we have. Now we want our children to become their own economic liberators, supported by us, led by you, Mr. President. It is an honor to say to men and women of South Africa, as the Constitution calls on us, that women, youth, and persons with disabilities and all South Africans are now ready to do the battle we saw at St. John this morning. We are seeing in this room, no one is asking for favors. We say this is the government of the people, by the people, and we even have young people who say they will not just create perfumes, they will also make sure that we drive cars that they created in our lifetime. What else can we ask for? Program directors, it is really a great honor, while I apologize on your behalf, that we listen to His Excellency President Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa as to, from here, as we chaperone these young people with you, where do we go? I thank you.
Ham. Asihlalen phansi. Molweni. Dumelang. Sanbonan. Abshin. Demasiari. Goeiemiddag. Program directors, Minister of Women, Youth and Persons with Disabilities, Acting Premier of our province, Police Mvoko, Executive Chairperson of the NYDA, Ms. Asanda Luaka, the CEO of Harambee Youth Employment Accelerator, Ms. Soni, the CEO of the Youth Employment Service, Mr. Naidu, leaders of all youth formations that are here, our traditional leaders, our executive mayors and councillors, our MECs, yes, our other ministers who are here as well, and MECs, and young people of South Africa. Before we start, allow me to also pass my condolences to the young people who died yesterday in a car accident, for whom we observed a moment of silence. But I also want to pass my condolences, as I did already in writing, to the family of His Majesty, King Sikau, and ask you all that we should once again stand up and observe a moment of silence for the passing of King Sikau. Thank you. Promoting sustainable livelihoods and resilience of young people for a better tomorrow is the theme of our June 16, but more importantly, of our Youth Month. We are here today to honor the youth of 1976, but we are also here to honor the youth of our country of all the decades. Youth whose bravery, determination, and vision were so vital to the achievement of our democracy. From their struggles, we have learned that there is nothing at all united and committed to a particular cause and purpose. It is indeed due to the struggles of young people over many years that access to practical young person in South Africa. Our schooling, feeding schemes have ensured that no child goes hungry in any of our schools. Today, our country produces 4 times the number of African graduates that we did in 1994. And that is an important indicator of the progress that is being made. Today, Minister Blade Nzimande will tell you that in the former white universities, the majority of young people who are in those universities, the universities that they were prevented and virtually stopped from attending, the majority of them are black students, which means access to university education has improved. Now, these graduates have gone on to become doctors, to become technologists, engineers, innovators, and entrepreneurs, as we were seeing today with the young person, Gwenya, who is now going to make a made car. Our social security system offers a level of basic social protection to every marginalized and vulnerable citizen, especially children. These achievements should not overshadow the deep-seated challenges faced by young people all over the country. Now more than ever, we need young people to rally together to confront and overcome the massive challenges that our country is facing today. The apartheid legacy of poverty, unemployment, and inequality lies at the center. And the July unrest that we experienced last year, challenge facing our country today. As we rebuild from the pandemic, we therefore remain focused on growing our economy and creating jobs. We remain focused on far-reaching economic reforms and creating conditions for the expansion of businesses throughout the land. We are intensifying our investment drive and removing the red tape that has always held business back from contributing to the growth of our economy to achieve greater employment creation. Alongside these measures, we are harnessing capacity of the state to respond to the immediate needs of young people. It is for this reason that we announced the Presidential Youth Employment Intervention, which is a comprehensive response to the youth unemployment challenge. We have also launched the Presidential Employment Stimulus, which supports public and social employment, and which has to date created close on to 880,000 jobs since it was established. A flagship initiative of the employment stimulus is the School Assistance Program, which has placed close on to 300,000 young people in schools across the country doing extremely valuable work. And this work that they are doing has been recognized and appreciated not only by the teachers, but also by parents, by school governing bodies, and also by local governments in the spaces where these schools are located. These young people are accessing meaningful employment while supporting teachers and contributing to positive learning outcomes in our schools. The latest program to be launched through the employment stimulus is the Social Employment Fund. It has begun to recruit thousands of young people, 50,000 participants in community safety, food and nutrition, digital inclusion, sports, arts, and recreation. We have just launched a new dashboard for the Presidential Youth Employment Intervention on the State of the Nation website. Members of the public are now able to track detailed progress with regard to the implementation and receive up-to-date information about the intervention. Our National Pathway Management Network, which links young people to opportunities for learning, for earning, and support, has now signed up 2.9 million young people on the program. Now, young people can join the network as a youth MOBI, which is data-free and works on all mobile networks. Since SA Youth was launched, it has placed more than 600,000 young people in earning opportunities and provided support for many more, including interview preparation, job search, and entrepreneurship training. This is what the practical implementation of this program is all about. As part of government's commitment to remove the barriers that young people confront when trying to enter the public service, we are reducing the cost and effort of applying for positions. For example, applicants for public service positions are no longer required to submit certificated or certified copies of their educational qualifications and other relevant documents. In the past, you had to compile a pile of all these documents, and that has now been done away with. This simple change will reduce the cost of applying, it will improve the turnaround times, and also reduce the administrative burden on the capacity of the